I want to talk today about Andropause and does it even exist? So you go on PubMed and you check out Andropause. Again, Andropause is theorized to be the equivalent of menopause, though there's stark differences because men don't they don't stop making sperm completely, and it's reversible, while menopause is not. So when you go on PubMed and check out Andropause, you'll see tons of articles on it over the past 40 some odd years. So it seems like there is a bevy of literature. There is a lot of literature saying that it does exist, and it is some type of medical condition for men, while a lot of physicians might say the opposite. If you run into a lot of physicians, they'll say the opposite. They see it differently. They see that it doesn't exist, and it's not an issue because technically it doesn't really completely pause. That's probably where the word pause comes from in andropause. So I'm assuming. So what's the case? Does it exist or doesn't it exist? Well, I think that there is definitely there are going to be men who will have hypogonadism, where they'll have a lower amount of testosterone being produced than the typical man. So maybe it's something that occurs in certain men, a reduction in testosterone in men. But then you also look at the fact that in society right now, in the West, well, in developed areas especially, you're seeing a decrease in testosterone in men in general. So if you want to use the catchphrase andropause or not, there's definitely a decrease in testosterone in middle-aged men compared to middle-aged men of the past. And we need to why would that be the case? Besides naturally aging, and I would say that a big reason is the environment, is what we're consuming. So if you want to use the catchphrase andropause or not, irrespective, there's still a trend of men being having less testosterone, being subject to having less testosterone than the men of the past, and it's a concern for these men. It's going to affect them in so many ways in their lives. Like I said in my video from earlier this week, it's going to affect you mentally, sexually, physically, and so it's definitely something that needs to be considered. So in a nutshell, I would say andropause is a concern for men, and irrespective of if it is an actual condition or not, we can use the term loosely at the very least, as more information grows about this, and then, as there's more research done about andropause. And I think that we need to look at how males are affected, and how can we reverse and treat the hormonal issues that are affecting males in society. And I would say that the very first thing that you can do is look at your environment and figure out what is going on, what can I do to improve it, and take the proper steps to do so. I would say the biggest thing is nutrition, right? There's a lot of proponents out there who have these special concoctions and who might have these supplements and whatnot. You can do a lot of research on that end, on the herbal end, and just in terms of food, right? Like on a macro scale, I've heard macronutrients having carbs having sugar will help you keep your testosterone up. I don't mean like junk food, but I mean having fruit and vegetables and whatnot. Those contain sugar. Those will definitely help to raise your testosterone. And why is that? Because if you look at the exercises that you do, the intense exercises require testosterone, right? You're from about first 0 to 10 seconds or so, that's creatine, and then 10 seconds to like about 15 minutes to 20 minutes, it's chiefly sugar. It's the glycolytic pathway, as we would say in physiology. And so if you want to do intense exercise, you are going to require muscle, and if you need muscle, then you require testosterone. So that feedback loop of doing intense, weightlifting and intense circuit training, high intensity interval training, all that stuff will definitely lead you to having to increasing your testosterone, and that requires carbohydrates, because your muscles will store carbs, and along with your liver, it stores sugar, right? So you have fructose in your liver, you have glucose in your muscles, and you get that chiefly from carbs. That's the simplest way to get it. You can also get it from meat, right? You can get it from protein, rather is what I wanted to say. Protein is basically a sugar with a nitrogen chain, so you can get it. Your body will convert protein to carbs, to sugar, but that process is called gluconeogenesis, new sugar making. Is that what that means? When your body has to do that in the liver, that's going to cause a little bit of stress. So it's less stressful for your body to just take an apple, take vegetables or fruit, and then to just digest it, while it takes a little bit more stress for your body to convert protein. Now that means, you have a certain amount of protein in your body. Your body can only digest so much protein anyways throughout at a certain rate. So get your protein in. I think that's very important. But doing like a diet where you are consuming a lot of protein, you need to be careful, because also if you're consuming a lot of protein and fat at the same time, you might stall. I don't really think that you would want to do like a carnivore diet, unless it's for like health purposes, some type of intervention, let's say. Chiefly, most people should probably be eating a whole food, plant dominant diet. Maybe you should be eating a whole food, meat dominant diet, but I think that on some level you should probably be on some type of omnivorous spectrum of eating, and if you eat that way, if you eat whole food, some type of a nice array, then you should be able to get the testosterone production that you an ideal testosterone production, let's say. So looking at your diet is one big thing in terms of why would we how can we increase testosterone, and then of course, like I mentioned, intense exercise. Those two big things will really help you on such a macro level, on such a big scale. Again, when you're behavior changing, as I mentioned, as a behavior change coach to my clients, you got to look at the bucket theory, and you want to fill the bucket with the big rocks, the little pebbles, and then the sand, right? So looking at your diet, looking at how you're exercising, is a chief way to really kick off testosterone production and reverse the negative impact of what's theorized to be andropause. I'll leave it at that. I think I'm going to try and do more videos where I'm just riffing and talking to people and letting them know what's on my mind in terms of health and fitness and behavior change. Be on the lookout for more videos. I really want to start pumping these out. I might, yeah, doing these driving videos are very efficient, so feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. You guys take care. Bye.